And that's what we did yesterday in the audition. And so in those rehearsals, what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing a lot of different things. But we're going to be working on your professionalism skills. We're going to be working on perfecting your scripts. We're going to be working on, of course, getting you ready for the showcase at the very end. So whether that be working on your diction exercises, we're going to be working on confidence exercises. We're going to be working on a lot of different ways to get you 100% ready for that showcase going forward. And of course, included into that package is that agent showcase, which is kind of like the big day for you guys that we were talking about yesterday. And so, do you remember what happens at that showcase, you guys?
On audition? I know.
Yep, you're basically on the right
Auditioning?
track. So
Okay.
there is a little bit of a bigger audition on that day. So Amelia, you're going to be able to audition in front of agencies and industry professionals on that showcase day. And so there's going to be 4 industry professionals there for you. Out of the 4, there's going to be 3 agencies, just like I said. They're going to be from like a bigger national market though. So they're going to be from like a New York City, a Los Angeles, a Chicago, maybe like an Atlanta, Georgia, like one of those bigger national markets there. And then there's also going to be one woman who represents the industry network, and she represents 75 to 100 agencies nationwide. What their job is at that showcase, their job is to sign my talent and then represent my talent. And then if you get selected to that showcase, that's when you're going to start to work professionally. And you're going to be a part of like different TV commercials, and you'll have more opportunities going forward from them. Does that kind of make sense to you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And with that too, for the next level, we're going to talk about how to be level 1. The focus is going to be on acting or modeling. So specifically, since we're a little bit more interested in acting, we're just going to take a look at the acting focus for her. But with that, since there's 2 topics, you're actually going to have 10 total rehearsals instead of 5. So the first 5, you'll still work on those 10 TV commercials just like we did before.
Okay.
But this time, you're going to add back in and add in a monologue rehearsal for 5 rehearsals as well. And do you all know what monologues are?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What is a monologue to you, Amelia?
Scripts of a scene in a movie.
You're really close, actually. So it's a 1-person script where you get to depict a bunch of different emotions throughout like a certain text. Mm-hmm. So take like your favorite TV show or your favorite movie. What is your favorite TV show or movie right now?
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone?
That's a perfect one. I love that show, actually. And I know that there's a lot of different times when there are characters on screen by themselves for like an extended period of time or two. Whenever they're doing that, typically, that's when they're going to go through a monologue. So what we're doing with you, Amelia, we're going to help make you just as believable and help get you those emotions that those characters experience on screen so that we can make you just as believable as they are. And so monologues help you more for like TV shows, movies, and also voiceover work as well. And with that too, since you're getting to focus on 2 different topics at the showcase, you're actually going to be seen twice. So you're going to be seen once for your TV commercial, but then you're going to come back around and be seen the second time for your monologues as well. So you're actually going to get double the exposure at the showcase, but then double the experience leading up to the rehearsals as well. Does that make sense for you as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about the competitive level? Because again, I know that we're primarily focused on the acting, and I can just stop with those primary first 2 if that's what we're a little bit more passionate about at this point.
Can you, go ahead and share the high-level overview of the competitive level?
Yeah, I'll just talk about it as well. Basically, it's hobby level 1, but also focused on modeling as well. So you get to focus on 3 different topics. So instead of 10 rehearsals, you're going to have 15 in total. But for the first 5, again, you're going to work on those TV commercials, just like in all the other packages. You're going to work on the monologues, just like we did before as well. But this time, for the next set of 5 rehearsals, we're going to be working on the modeling portion. So that's going to be for like the fashion commercial print, like what we talked about a little bit before. So what we would be working on for her in those rehearsals, a lot of different things. So we're going to be working on poses, anglings, confidence, walks, pivots, turns, a lot of those different things to get her 100% ready for modeling going forward as well, to be a professional model in the industry. And a lot of times, getting a little sidetracked here, but a lot of times in the industry going forward, kind of tying it back into what you said, Dad, when you do TV commercials for a lot of different like ads for companies that I was just talking about, for like skincare product, for hair care product, oral care. Those same actors that do those TV commercials, most times, like 9 times out of 10, really, they're in those modeling shoots as well. So they get, in the catalogs and magazines and posters as well as part of being in the TV commercials too. And so the great thing about that is it's not the same job. It's actually completely separate. So you get paid on both of those opportunities going forward as well. So you'd be able to market her as both an actor and model at that showcase going forward, opening yourself up to double the opportunity in the industry. You could be both an actor and model. With that said, too, since of course you're getting to focus on 3 different topics, you'll be seen 3 times at the showcase. So once for your TV commercial,
Yeah.
once again for your monologue, and then the final time for your commercial print side of the modeling. And then with that, of course, triple the exposure, but triple the experience leading up to it in those rehearsals as well.
Okay.
And then for the lengths and the times for those rehearsals, they're going to be on Saturdays or Sundays, and again, just primarily on the weekends. So that's a little bit better for you all. But for the lengths of scheduling, it's going to be around like an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So it should work into your all schedule as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And the rehearsals are like training sessions.
Correct.
Will she have like preparation for the rehearsals?
Of course. So, after what we do today, once we go through the registration process, I'm going to give you a couple homework assignments. Not really like homework, but it's definitely going to be like a couple different rehearsal scripts for her to get started on for us. And then if you decide to go forward with modeling as well, I'll also give you a couple different things to work on for the modeling side going forward into those rehearsals so that we can get you prepped for the first one. But then also after those rehearsals, our coaches are going to give you feedback on what to keep working on, but then we'll also give you a couple assignments to keep working on too.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily, something that we're going to grade, but it's something that you want to keep on top of just because, of course, at the end of the day, you're going to go to the showcase, and that's where, the, magic kind of happens there.
The showcase is like a industry-wide event.
It is actually not. It is only open to our clients only. So it is pretty private, actually.
Oh, so you train up your clients and then you showcase them at these events.
Correct.
And then you invite other outside agents and professionals to have an opportunity
Correct.
to find talent and sign them up if they thought that they were able. And okay, all right. Anything else there?
Do you have anything else that you kind of want to talk about with any questions?
Yeah. So the what's the time frame? Like
For the rehearsals?
months. Like from the moment they start rehearsing to the moment they have a showcase. How many showcases do you have? Like a year or what?
Good question. So, once she starts these rehearsals, the rehearsals are going to start for her this upcoming weekend. The showcase is going to be a little bit later in March or April. So we're still figuring out if it's going to be a little bit in later March or early April. But we will give you, enough time to go through those rehearsals before we have the showcase set up for you. Again, we want to make sure that she's 100% ready going forward in the industry. So we want to make sure that she gets the skills necessary for that.
Okay. So got it. So there's probably 4 that you have a year, maybe or so. I don't know, but is this like a showcases per class?
So yes. So what we would be doing in those classes, they're not going to be separate showcases. It's all under one showcase. You would just be coming back around and auditioning again in front of the other agencies. So if you on the day, let's just say it's on February 26th for whatever reason, okay? February 26th, you're going to show up for the day. If you were in the introductory level, you would just audition in front of them for the TV commercial, and that would be your day, and you'd be done. If you did the hobby level 1, you would do the TV commercial, and then you probably wait around for a second, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, and once everyone was finished with their TV commercials, you would come back around, and then you would audition again and be seen for your monologue side. So they would be able to be seeing you for a lot of different opportunities in the industry. It's all going to be on one day, just so that it's a little bit more convenient for you and for them as well. But it's all just going to be on one day so that we can take care of the audition that way.
Okay. And is it in person? I'm guessing it's in person.
It's actually not. So it's all going to be virtual. So exactly how those rehearsals are set up is how the showcase is set up as well. And I kind of prefer it that way too, just because the rehearsals, since they're going to be virtual, we don't really want any big mix-ups at the very end. But you know, the caveat to doing this virtually is it's actually a great thing, just because you guys are in Texas, we're in Chicago, and we can market you to anywhere in the United States. You know, we can market you to New York City. We can market you to Los Angeles. There's a lot of different markets that we can market you out towards. So it's actually to your benefit that we're doing this virtually. And, you know, funny enough, if you're in person, you're going to be in front of a camera. What are we doing online? We're in front of a camera. So these skills, very transferable.
Okay. You have a question? No question? Okay.
Do you all have any more questions, like about like the different showcase levels or categories, or really like any questions in general about like the dates or times or anything like that?
Yeah, I think I do have some questions, but what's your next step in your process?
We would just be taking a look at, you know, probably picking out one of the different levels that is the best fit for you all going forward.
Okay.
So, you know, I know that you know, had taken a look at, you know, them before we hopped into the meeting. Which one of them is kind of sounding best fit for you all at this point, and how can I, you know, help make that decision for you as well?
I mean,
What?
which one? You man.
So it's these different like the competitive level, hobby level, like those things.
Yeah.
Should we start with that?
The
I don't know.
introductory level.
So when let's see here. So if after, let's say, after the rehearsals and she goes through a showcase, and let's say she does get signed by some professional agency or something like that, you're talking about agencies, right? That you know, a professional actor or model can go and directly to and just register with them.
Correct.
So basically, you're getting her up to speed to be termed a professional.
Absolutely. So, you know, basically, for a lack of a better terms, what yesterday was, Dad, it was a weeding out process. You know, if I could work with everyone from yesterday, Dad, dude, I totally would. It just does not work that way. You know, just because every person from yesterday does not have the same potential as Emilia does. And I know that. Just because, you know, if I took Joe Schmo that I saw yesterday and put him into that showcase with really no experience or training, those agencies would look at me and they would say, like, what did you just put in front of me? They would be a little bit offended that I wasted their time. And that's the one thing that we cannot do at that showcase is waste the agency's time.
Okay.
Just because, again, their time is very precious, and they're kind of they're not necessarily doing us a favor because we're paying them to be there, but they are taking their day off and being a part of that showcase. So, you know, the thing that we can't do, we can't waste their time. So we have to deliver high quality talent to that they can evaluate them, and so that they can start to work professionally in the industry after that then.
So, we had an interview with John Casablancas. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before.
Yeah.
Or I think they're an agency, is what they said they are.